Welcome to junkjournalmayhem at Studioloo.
It's day 15. We're halfway-ish there. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow. We have 31 days to tackle here. So string is what we need to make use of today. So the majority of the string that I have hanging around here in my studio that probably could stand to be used is in my Ort jar here. All of the threads, it's embroidery floss and yarn and sewing thread, and there's just a whack of it. There's just so much of it that it's like honestly a nightmare. And it goes to show you, why is there broken glass in here? Okay, so I'm going to introduce a little real mayhem. For some reason there's broken glass in my Ort jar. Not exactly sure where that came from. Let me look at my Ort jar. Not broken, although I don't know where the lid is. Mystery not solved. Okay, but here we are. All this really kind of gives you a bit of an idea. I'm just shaking out any further broken glass here. Gives you an idea of like how much waste goes out into the world, right? As we stitch and we sew and we do really anything, it just creates unwanted clutter. And I'm going to use this tiny sponge as a way to sweep all this tiny broken glass out of here, along with this little bit. It's just kind of grabbing the last bits of this broken glass. Okay, so that being said, let's put this all back and we'll use it in our project today. So let me just get the bits and bobs out of the way, and we're going to start with some kind of a base here. And I think this is going to be the base. So I want to make a tag today. And I like this folder because it's got this cool foldery bit at the top. So my idea is, where did I put this stuff? Oh, okay. So I first just really want to figure out how big do I want this to be, first of all. We'll take a little off the bottom because it's kind of huge. And that will be a good size tag. Do I want to cut this into a tag shape? No, I'm going to leave it this shape, even though I'm going to call it a tag because calamity, we're breaking all the rules. So what I want to do is just take colors in a pleasing variety to me and lay them down here. I don't want to cover the top of the tag, just down here. And we'll just grab from this jar and add colors as we like them. Don't go too thick. Less is more. A bit of green would be good. More yellow. A little more green. A bit of aqua. Some steel kind of blue. That's cool. There's a lot of that. I should actually just take that out of my Ort jar and put the rest over here. And then I've got some yellow over here that could go on this project. A little more, and it's got a tangle in it. It's not enough there to really tie signatures, so that's what I try to make use of here. Anything that's too small to like tie signatures closed. Do we want any purple? No, I don't want that color. Here is some nice green yarn. It's got pink in it though. We'll cut that off. We don't want the pink. There's some thread. It's trying to stay in the blue and green family with a little bit of this and that. Nothing too serious if we get a bit of this and that. There's a nice blue. And then just a thread mix here. We'll just grab this thready mix. Okay, so that's a good amount of string. So now what I want to do, I've got a roll of this sort of not quite toll. It's a little thicker. It's like honeycomb kind of shaped, and I want to cut a piece of it off here that is the same size as that piece of ephemera. Oops. Just my glue book falling in the garbage, you know, no biggie. Okay, then, do I have a straight edge? I do. So I want to get all this under here. What we're going to do is basically trap that there. I'm going to use a piece of masking tape to just attach this here so it doesn't fall off. Now what I want to do is go over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch all the way around the edges, and we're going to trap all this in here. I'll be right back. Oh wait, do we want to put anything else in there, like a focal point? You know what I have is this little pig. Would he be cute in there? This little, oh yeah, maybe. You know, it kind of, I don't know, does it take away too much of what he is though? Can you tell he's this flowery pig? What do I have that might be like less of a disappearing thing? I have a parrot. Would a parrot be cool? It's like the colors. A parrot might be cool. Let's do the parrot. That's kind of fun. So I guess I'll put some Fabri-Tac on the back of that to just keep it in place. It's made from acetate. I didn't think I would use this parrot. I'm glad I have a use for it. It's not like one of my go-to birds for a lot of what I create, which is more like woodlandy stuff when I'm doing things nature related. Okay, so I'll be right back. We're going to stitch around this. Alrighty, so I stitched around the edge. Now let's take off that masking tape, and that's trapped there. Good, good. So now we'll just kind of logically go around the edge and cut all this excess off, as well as the bird's tail that we're not going to need. Did not cut. Okay. Did that not trap there? Oh no, it did. It's just overlapped. Okay. That confused me. Okay. Stuff just is good. It wants to fold on itself, that's all. All right, let's get all this excess out of here. And obviously, you know, you can keep going and use this in a project. I might just take this whole cluster and zigzag stitch it. Like, I don't know, I might flatten it out and zigzag stitch it. Or, you know, I could also, no, I won't do that. I'm going to set it aside and we'll play with it later here. Okay. Let's get this off here. It's kind of like a bird in a cage in some ways. That is really fun. So yeah, we've stitched the back. You know, you can back it with paper or what have you, but I think that's a simple and fun little way to use up your Ort threads. You don't have to put a focal point under here either. I think it would be fun just with the thread. And you know, you could even create thread landscapes. Like what if you put all blue in the background, then green, and then, you know, you could even stitch it to stitch like in brown. You could do like a tree, or you could stitch back and forth in green, or you could lay down green threads. You could do some thread painting. So those are just a few ideas, but I really like this and how it traps it in there. And it's not as thick as like as close together as like a toile or whatever, right? It's or tulle. I like it. That was a fast project. I did not expect that. But thank you for hanging out with me while I made this little project, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more mayhem.